we are going to get started with this EMOM in 10 seconds on our forearm plank, going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, now I'm just going to talk to you for this minute. I'm going to tell you what's coming. I'm going to give you suggestions about things to think about. The first thing I want you focusing on is how strong you are, your strength and your thoughts. And I want you to keep your thoughts focused on your strength. Keep your thoughts focused on positive thoughts. Keep your thoughts focused on positive thoughts. And your breath. And we are 20 seconds away from finishing. And if you need to take a quick rest, you can do it. And then just come right back into it. And then we're going to move directly into a side plank, again on our forearms. Okay, so we are staying here for 3 more seconds. And then moving right into side plank. Again, on the forearm. So I'm going to keep talking to you. So elbow is under the shoulder. Hips are stacked. So hips are, I like to think about like a pole coming straight up out of the floor, and that pole would move through both of my hips and both shoulders. Okay, so we don't want to be coming forwards here. We want to think if we were leaning up against a wall, our back would be flat against that wall. All right, we are halfway through side plank. Keep those hips up. Now, if you need to come out of this and take a quick break, come out of it, take a quick break. But going back to our thoughts, there's no judgment here, right? You're just coming out and then you're getting right back into it. It's not like, oh, I need to, or I can't, or I should. Nope, it's just you're doing it and then you're right back into it. And we are holding for 5 more seconds. And then, yep, you guessed it, we're going to the other side. Here we go. Getting right into it. And just checking in with all those same reference points. So elbow should be under the shoulder, hips should be high, stacked, shoulders should be stacked, back should be flat against the wall. And then just keep checking in. What are the thoughts saying? Are the thoughts saying, I can't do this? Get rid of that thought, right? I can do this. I am strong. You got this. We're halfway through. We're halfway through the second side plank. Keep those hips up. Check in with your alignment. And again, if you need to come out of it, come out of it. It doesn't matter as long as you're trying. We got 10 more seconds. This is hard. Oh, real hard. Okay, we've got this. 5 seconds. We're going for 3, 2, 1. And we're going right into hollow hold. Okay, so we are coming onto our back. Low back and ribs are pressing down into the floor. Now you have a ton of options for what your hands and feet can be doing. So hands and feet can be up high. And if they're here, this is great. Think about pressing the low back down, pressing the ribs down. Okay, if this doesn't feel challenging for you, bring the hands behind the head and bring the feet lower. But as the feet go lower, make sure there's no gap between the low back and the floor. Okay, so you got to be pressing that belly button down, trying to reach the floor and holding. And again, if you need to take a little break or a complete break, come out of it or lift the legs. But otherwise, we're here for 5 seconds and then we're going to move into Russian twist. Nice work. Okay, come on up, lift the chest, plant the heels, toes are up. And I want you to rotate to one side and then the other and pause. We are doing our first round, just body weight. Okay, I want you to feel the movement without a weight, and then we're going to add weight to the second and the third round, but really pause and feel how this movement should be in the abdominals, not in the hip flexors. And that's the benefit of having the heels down. All right, we're going to have a big old rest. after this movement, so stay with me for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh goodness. Nice work. All right, we are going to go through that whole progression 2 more times. And I've got a couple different things to add into our plank series if you feel up for them. Okay, if what we just did was enough, which should be plenty, like that was really hard. Just do that. But if you're looking to mix it up a little bit, I'll give you some options. I've got a tag that's kind of itching me. Oh, I can't decide if I want to take my shirt off. I mean, not like all my shirts, just the top shirt. I think I did. It's been so cold. Looking at the weather, it's like 20, looking like 20 degrees at night all week. But I'm going to Oaxaca. I'm so excited. Okay, we are getting into our plank in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So we're right into it on those forearms. Hips are in line with shoulders. Remember, that's the first thing we're going for. And then if you've got that, I want you to gently lift one leg and then the other leg. Keeping everything else exactly the same, right? So hips stay low in line with the shoulders, and you're just lifting one leg and then the other leg. Breathing, keeping your thoughts positive. We're over halfway. And then we're going into our side plank. So lifting one leg, then the other leg. There we go. 5 seconds. Woo! And right into side plank. Okay, we're in side plank. And if you want your hand to be in the air, have it in the air. If you want it on your hips, have it on your hips. But check in, right? Elbow, shoulder, straight, hip straight, shoulder straight. Then, if this feels solid, you could lift the leg. You could lift that knee towards you. Or maybe you just need to hold, embrace, and find your strength. And if you want to keep lifting a leg, you can. I'm going to just hold right here and think positive thoughts. Because you guys, this is hard. But we can do it together for 10 more seconds. Keep those hips up. Here we go. Hold, stay with me. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and other side. Really want my feet on the mat. Okay. I'm gonna go sideways. Whew. All right, now again, we can play with the position, right? So first, make sure our alignment's good. Make sure hips are up, and then if you want to lift a leg, lift the leg. If you want to lift that knee, lift the knee. Keep those hips up. Play with the movement. Think those positive thoughts. And realize we're over halfway through with our second round of the second side of side plank. Keep the hips up. I know they start to fall down. Keep them up, keep them up. And here we go, 10 more seconds. And then we're going into hollow hold. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Transitioning into hollow hold. So feet can be up, hands can be up. Remember, the higher everything is, the less strain you're under. The lower everything is, the more strain you're under. So deep breaths, braced breaths, strong breaths. Press that low back down. It doesn't matter where your hands or feet are, as long as the low back, the ribs are in contact with the floor. And we're over halfway. We are over halfway. Oh yeah, we're doing it. 20 seconds. Play with the movement. Find the challenge that's just right for you. 5 seconds. And grab a weight this time. And into the Russian twists. Heels are up, or sorry, heels are down, toes are up, but same pacing. So just lightly tap the weight to the floor. Slow is fine here. Get that weight all the way to the floor. Keep the movement in the abs, out of the hip flexors. Halfway. "20 seconds, you got this." Nice work. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and big rest. And then we've got one more round. And then we're done with our core for the day. Whew. Nice work, you guys. All right, so this time when we come to our plank, we're going to start in a straight arm plank. And from there, give you the option of lifting one leg, like we did before, or lifting one leg and one arm and going back and forth there. But for right now, breathe. And then we'll get right into it. Coming up here in 5 seconds. Okay, get yourself ready. So straight arm plank. Now just check in. Okay, so wrists, elbows, shoulders should all be straight. Hips should be straight with the shoulders. And then if you feel good in this position, lift one leg and then the other leg. And if you feel like your hips aren't rocking, you feel super solid there, then lift one leg and try to lift the opposite arm, find the balance point, find your strength, and then come back. I would rather this be slow with good control than fast and kind of frantically struggling for balance. Oh, it goes fast when you're playing with the balance here. 10 seconds. Nice work. And we are going into our side plank. All right. So you know what to expect here. You know what to look for. Make sure elbows under the shoulder. Make sure hips are up, hips are square, shoulders are square. And then if that all feels good, you can lift that leg. I'm going to tell you guys, having my foot on the wood floor, not the mat, makes this way harder to lift the leg. As soon as I lift that leg, my foot is like, wanting to slide around. Oh yeah, the burn is real here. But we've got 20 seconds left. Keeping those thoughts positive. We're doing it together. Yes. 10 seconds. Here we go. Keep it up. Keep it up. Give me an air high five on 3, 2, 1. Bam. Air high five and switch sides. Get right into it. And start your play progression. If you want to lift, you want the knee to come up. If you want that hand to be in the air, hand can be in the air. If you want that hand on your hips, get that hand on your hips. If you want to make a little power fist up here or in front of you, you can do that. We're over halfway with our final side plank of the day. Oh yeah. Finding our strength, building up those confidence nuggets. We said we were going to do it and we're doing it. We're holding it. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes. And we get to go into hollow hold. Who doesn't love a good hollow hold? Okay. Ways we can play. We can have separate the legs. We could use some flutter kicks here. We can bring the knees in and out. When they go out, really drive that low back down. Do some scissors, all the while keeping low back and ribs in contact with the floor. Maybe some bicycles, slow bicycles. What I love about this is we're challenging our core to be super, super strong as our legs move. Sound familiar? Okay, Russian twists. Final one. Here we go. Bring the focus. Toes are up. Lower that weight with control. Don't let it slam into the floor. Lightly tapping the floor. We are halfway. Core work doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to be focused and done with intention. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Nice job. All the high fives.